So I wanted to record a shorter version of the story of how we have been scammed by the laser whisperer Ken Dinel out of Grand Bend, Ontario. On January 6th, I had contacted him looking to purchase a refurbished Qterra Cool Glide aesthetic laser, and he contacted me back and he said for what we needed it for, he was going to upsell me to a different machine. Now, the original Cool Glide was listed at just over $15,000 on his website, and he upsold me to a Candela Alex Trivantage laser, which would do all of the things that we were hoping to do in the clinic. So I paid him $20,000 the beginning of March, and that was the deposit. The amount that he was asking for it was just over $30,000, and we paid that money, and then he did not send it in a reasonable amount of time. There was always excuses. After he had said that it was ready to go and all ready at the beginning of March, he then said, oh, well, I have to do final checks and I have to run water through it and I have to do this and that and the other thing. So it led me to believe that this machine actually was not in working order. And there was time that went by, like I say, just over 2 months. There was shipping problems. He said on his end, when I contacted the shipping company, because he had sent me the tracking number and the insurance information, when I contacted them, they had stated that all of the shipping problems were on his end because he was never there for pickups, or they couldn't get a hold of him, that kind of thing. So he, of course, blamed them and decided to switch shipping companies. Now, because of this, I never got any insurance documents for the new shipping company. I have insurance documents for the old one, but he did not get insurance for switching to the new shipping company. So this was, again, over 2 months later that this machine did arrive in a depot in Calgary, and we had to drive over 2 hours to go and get it ourselves, not expedited shipping as it was stated. So once we got it, 2 days after we got it, we had to plumb in electrical for it in our clinic. We tried to go and turn it on, and the machine did not work. The screen did not illuminate, and it would not fire, it would not calibrate. There was absolutely nothing that could be done. So I had to, unfortunately, call him, even though I doubted him at this point in time. I had to call him and do some troubleshooting, so he got me to take the back cover off and plug in the screen again, which did illuminate. And then he said, well, you can't recalibrate this yourself, so he was going to have to come out. And of course he said, oh, this is of no charge to you. But remember, I had already given him $20,000 and had been delivered a broken machine. So he did come out, and we don't even think we heard the machine turn on at any point in time. We could hear him YouTube videoing how to fix lasers on YouTube, and he was taking everything apart and showing me that he had gotten one pulse on a business card, which could have been produced from anywhere, honestly. He even asked me to source parts for him from a couple of our local hardware stores, which was odd. He did not have the calibration tools with him, even though he knew exactly what the error codes were on this machine. So then he asked me to source a very rare part for him, and he was blaming the trigger transmission switch, which I was able to find, and it's a 20-week pre-order, and the part costs approximately $500 Canadian. And so that kind of freaked him out, and he disappeared and left, and again made a bunch of excuses for this. So I'm in the position now, at that point in time, that he has sold me a machine that doesn't work, and was unable to repair it, even unable to give me a full diagnosis on the machine. Blamed a bunch of different parts, and did not know what was going on with that, and then refused when I found the parts, refused to follow through with that. So writing up the letter to try to get the refund from him. I was doing some research online and we found some very negative Yelp reviews and Better Business Bureau reviews, Google reviews. So I followed up with a few of those. And then I was finding that lots of other people had very similar situations to this, that they had their machines taken and never given back, and they were charged astronomical amounts of money for repairs that never happened, or he was holding their machines hostage. And a lot of these people had moved on in their lives because they didn't want to stir the pot. Other ones had civilly sued him and taken him to court and won, which is wonderful, but then he was evading the collections agencies and refusing to pay those amounts because he is taking this money fraudulently from people and of course not claiming it with the CRA. So even with courts and whatnot, they could not garnish wages because there wasn't any wages to garnish, and then all he had to do was avoid the collection agencies and switch bank accounts and that kind of thing. So after learning of all of these things, it led me down the rabbit hole to his ex-business partner, and she was able to give me a ton of information. And once again, I did my research and went down the trail to find the man who actually owned the machine that is broken in my back room. And he is a very kind, wonderful gentleman out in BC. This machine was taken from him with a promise to be repaired. By the way, the same thing that is happening with it now was what was happening with it then. So nothing has happened. He wasn't able to repair it in the last 5 years. And then sold me this machine without the other gentleman in BC's permission, and never gave him any credit or any money back. Actually, the machine is still up for sale on the website, and so we have charged him officially with fraud here in Alberta, and he is going to be charged with theft in British Columbia. We are also looking for other people, and I have that list and I've already contacted them, to possibly look into a class action suit against the scamming that has been going on since 2019. And he also put me in the position that I'm now in possession of stolen property. But seeing as I went to the police first on May 2nd, and the police, the OPP, the RCMP, the Canadian fraud people all know the situation that I'm in. I cannot be charged with possession of stolen property, and so I have gotten essentially permission to go and tell the story online. And so here, that's what I'm doing, and I want to protect other business owners in Alberta, in Canada, from this fraudster, from being scammed. We are out $20,000. Our insurance couldn't cover it because we couldn't insure the machine because we didn't own the machine outright, so there was no way that we could insure that. And apparently fraud insurance is not for these types of things, so we are looking at recouping some of the money with lost revenue insurance, and we're keeping our fingers crossed with that. So I'm hoping that he can't do this to other people. I am pretty positive he's not going to give us our money back. We did ask for that refund, as I stated before, so I gave him plenty of chance to do the right thing, and he hasn't done this. So PSA, huge warning to people: do not get scammed by this man. He will potentially take your machine or try to do fake repairs on it and give you fraudulent bills, and you pay them thinking you're doing the right thing, getting excited about adding services in your clinics, and he will not follow through. So if you have a similar story to this and you'd like to contact me, send me a DM, or you can link through our social. We are StetlerMedicalAesthetics.com. Have a great day.